When January 6th happened this year, what happened? It wasn't Democrats storming the Capitol.
He's small, he's scared, he's a coward.
I'm a veteran, and you don't give an F about me. That is in line with how people feel about Donald Trump.
I've got a CNN panel for us to hop into with former Congressman Adam Kinzinger letting loose on MAGA, on Doge, and Scott Jennings, which we love to see. So first, take a moment, like the video, like I always say, but it does help us out a lot more than you can imagine. It only takes you like a second, and then we'll hop into the chaos.
Here's the reason, by the way, that Donald Trump threatens our allies and not people that really deserve threats is because he's small, he's scared, he's a coward. And you can threaten your friends because you know you're not going to start a war over it, and it makes you look really tough. If you tweet in all caps and then you threaten Panama, it makes you look like you're ready to go to war and tough. But you don't say he doesn't say much about Iran. He's pretty quiet on that. Certainly Russia and China he's been quiet on lately.
Well,
because there's reality with that.
We weren't so quiet on Iran when we killed the head of their
he's quiet on China. That was 6 years ago. I'm talking about
I mean,
today.
he's pretty tough on Iran.
I love that Scott's tough on Iran moment for Trump, which was from over 7 years ago, mind you, was something that Trump went against his advisors to do and led to retaliatory attacks from Iran that killed 3 U.S. troops. But Adam is also exactly right here in what he's saying. Trump just wants to look like the strongman, tough guy, because to his base, they'll take this kind of posturing as a win in place of any actual policy or foreign policy successes. You know, they'll be like, well, he threatened Panama, so he did that. But he's too scared to do it to any real geopolitical threats, and he's not really smart enough to do it with any strategic reasoning behind it. Instead, he's just taking to these smaller countries that are trade partners or allied with us as then he can play bully, and that's really all he wants to do. But he would never take a stand to like a nuclear equivalent country or even, you know, one that we ostensibly are allied with, but is carrying out injustice because they pay him too well. Israel.
You have a veteran out there saying, I'm a veteran, and you don't give an F about me. That is in line with how people feel about Donald Trump. And
Totally
if you
false.
want to go off,
Totally
and
false.
if you want to say that it's
If
liberal
you want to tell yourself a story about these paid
if you want to
mobs,
say
go
that it
ahead.
is liberal
Paid
elitists
mob?
going and they're being paid,
my
then
guest.
you guys are going to lose the midterms. And you know what?
I love how on the campaign trail, Republicans largely attacked Democrats for ignoring the problems that voters were speaking about, which in respect, Democrats largely did make the mistake of doing that. But now MAGA, in their response to voters giving them very real feedback, their politicians very real feedback about how these policies, these ideas are affecting them or will affect them negatively and make them feel bad or poorly, or it doesn't address their issues. And their answer is to say, well, you're all fake. None of you are actually having these problems. You're Democrats and you're paid by George Soros. Like it's literally the people that they told they would make their life better on day one, now asking 2 months in, like, hey, why are you taking my health care? I thought you were going to help me. Like, and MAGA is like brazenly now telling them, kick rocks, the billionaires are in charge now, like go suck up to the Democrats, you woke lefty.
I want to remind you both that it was Trump supporters who stormed the Capitol on January 6th. When January 6th happened this year, what happened? It wasn't Democrats storming the Capitol. Actually, guess what? No one stormed the Capitol this January 6th. And so it was...
You look at the video in New York City today, the people who took over Trump Tower, the people screaming at folks on the streets. Who are those
People
folks?
were protesting. They were
In
not
Trump
storming.
Tower?
They were not storming.
They stormed Trump Tower?
They
Yes,
were not
they did.
storming.
They were inside of it.
They were not storming the. They were not
The lobby of
trying
Trump
to.
Tower is
They were not trying to hurt a member of Congress.
I love this false equivalency of MAGA that they do, trying to equate any ostensibly left-leaning protest or even just an outright riot to that of them storming and rioting at the Capitol, looking for Congress members to threaten, delaying successfully the peaceful transfer of power, where Trump sent you there to get his fraudulent electors accepted, where multiple groups like the Proud Boys had flushed out plans that they sent through coordinated networks to take hostages, overturn a free and fair election. There is no comparison here, legitimately no comparison. And protest is at the heart of free speech in this country. Them protesting Trump losing on January 6th is not the issue. The people who were just protesting there are completely fine. Trump is defying the Constitution. Trump is defying American values. Trump is defying democracy. And more importantly, he is stealing from the poor to give to the rich. They should be glad that the buck is stopping at protests at Trump Towers, because I think we should let it all burn. These protests absolutely should continue. They should continue with Tesla as well. I mean, it's clearly working. Trump is whining. He's doing Elon promos because his businesses are hurt. The stocks are taking a hit. Let's let these billionaires know, like, if they want to play with our pockets, if they want to play with our democracy, then we'll play with theirs as well too.